Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your September 2017 tarot card reading. So I have already been meditating and shuffling on your sign a bit, and I read all of your wonderful comments and your messages, and I understand that you do like me reading the animal cards. So I'm going to continue with that, um, and. And so for this month, going from when I'm doing this reading right now at the end of August through the first 2 weeks of September, these animal cards I like to look at as this sort of overarching umbrella thematic energy for the rest of the reading. So this is just something to keep in mind moving through this time period, but also to keep in mind as the rest of the cards come up in the spread. So we have for you, Virgo, rising, sun, or moon, or just because you feel a connection to Virgo, we have the Lamb. Okay, so the Lamb, peaceful, prophetic, patient. The Lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the Lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, receive. When in balance, knowingness and inner peace. When out of balance, this energy expresses itself through quiet, as quiet, timid, and concerned. And to bring this energy into balance is meditation and listening. So yeah, the lamb. As I was meditating, so first of all, just to go over a couple of things. First of all, thanks for all of your likes and your beautiful comments. So sweet. It just means so much to me, and thank you. And then also right now, so we're in eclipse season. We just had a huge solar eclipse on the 21st of August, and that was a new moon in Leo. On August 7th, we had a lunar eclipse in Aquarius. And then we have a full moon on September 6th in Pisces. So there's a lot, and I always like to look at eclipse season as sort of these shakeups that happen, these revelations, these epiphanies, this time of where there's a great opportunity to purify and cleanse, and also lean into and make love to the mystery of that's out there, to sort of to really embrace the unknown, because eclipses sweep in and they have this 6-month period where there's just, and especially with this this lunar eclipse in Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus, there is those flashes of epiphanies and that lightning bolt that lights up the entire sky, and once you see something, you can no longer see it. So there's this, it's kind of this time period, and it's like this initiation, this initiator of great change. So that's in the air right now, and with all the fire, we have a lot, that solar eclipse in Leo, we have this purification happening, this purification. And that can oftentimes feel very emotional. And especially I'm feeling a lot of emotion in particular around the Virgo energy right now. And in relation to this eclipse season in particular. So there are a couple things that came up as I was meditating on your sign, and I took some notes. And that is patterns. And even I see it here in the Lamb card, actually, this patterns. There's this theme of looking into your patterns and looking at patterns, just something about patterns. And I also am getting the sense that there's something unseen, like there's something that needs to be looked at. We are in Mercury retrograde, so revisited. There's something that needs to sort of be something unseen that is coming to light right now. And there's also I got this tentativeness around starting something. It's like a tentativeness around, and not extreme perhaps, but there's just something, it feels like something that's going to come up, especially in the beginning of September, where you're asked to where there's a desire to begin something, to start something, and it feels creative. And for some of you, it even feels physical. So it could be like a new routine or something, because I am sort of being connected back to this idea of patterns. But there's sort of this tentativeness or a slight resistance to starting something. And I get the sense that whatever this is will be really good for you. So there is sort of that coming up here within the first couple weeks of September. So we have the Five of Swords right next to the Eight of Swords reversed. So there's this I'm getting this steadfastness, this steadfast energy here. We have the Father of Swords next to the Son of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. Then over here on the right, we have the Magician. Gorgeous. So, and it's almost like the Magician is looking at these three cards. And I'm getting, we have three here as well, and there's a sense of 1, 2, 3 I'm hearing. There's this sense of like overseeing, keeping an eye on these three. It feels very, very important. I almost want to say these three properties, but it's not. It doesn't have to be actual property. It feels like it's keeping an eye, responsible for overseeing, almost like babies. These three babies, these three children, these three projects, these three. It could be a creative project. It could be an investment of some kind. But especially here, we have there is this sense of investment. But whatever it is it's almost this feeling that each one of these things have almost an independent life of their own to a degree, sort of their own driving force, but you're responsible for overseeing each of these as they do their own thing. So there's that. There's also this feeling of almost like I just heard technique and technical. So so there's something about technique or coming into these the first couple of weeks of and especially we have, again, with Mercury retrograde, we have with technology we have some hiccups sometimes, or some sort of like a fussiness. I just heard also reserve, something either being reserved or something in reserve. And there's again this idea of like reservation around something, and I am very strongly sort of getting the feeling that it is this new beginning, this new start, this something that you're jump starting for yourself, something that a new venture, a new adventure. The Five of Swords has come up for multiple readings, and I just heard blank space. But so let's see here for you in particular. We have there's this feeling that there's some, and it could be there feels like there's in some particular area of your life there's this fuzziness that is going to be clearing up. That is going to be clearing up. And with the lamb, you know, the lamb reminds us so beautifully that peace, quiet, that meditation, that, and I think Pisces sort of, what came up was this idea, this, you know, finding or creating that sacred space for yourself. And with this energy, and also because there is this clarification that's happening for you, I do feel like, you know, finding some of that peace and quiet, whatever that means to you, whether it's a hot bath or it's, you know, meditating or going into nature, just finding that, creating it for yourself, I think will be valuable, because listening is something that will really help, you know, expedite that clarity for you. Let's look. So yeah, conversations, I heard, sure, conversations about zeroing in. So it's like it's like I can almost hear these conversations that you may be having with yourself or with others around honing something, sharpening something, enhancing this idea. Even looking at this sword, there's these conversations about enhancement, how to enhance something for yourself. And I do get this feeling that you are over there is sort of this this strong sense of community. I just heard sponsorship, but there is this sense of community that is really, really supporting you right now. I also, when I was meditating on Virgo in particular, I heard prayer. So there's something about the importance of prayer, and prayer, whatever that means to you, whether, you know, it can look so many different ways, but this sense of coming into that state of whatever that, it's going to be really helpful for you, I feel, right now. We have the Two of Pentacles right next to this Six of Wands. The Six of Swords, I'm sorry. But that does feel like, and then the Four of Cups. So it's the Six of Swords, but I really, really wanted to say Six of Wands for some reason. And I heard travel, but I'm you know, the Six of Wands I so deeply associate with victory. So there's something here about wish fulfillment. So it's like come here in September here in the first 2 weeks of September, there is this wish fulfillment. And it's going to look so many different ways, but there is, but I'm feeling for many of you, it's like a really strong, it's a very strong energy. And there's, with the Two of Pentacles, we're looking sort of at this karmic ebb and flow. This karmic balancing, this balancing act. And I feel it's as though into these, in September here, we're in your birthday. We're in Virgo, so happy birthday. Uh, but I do feel sort of there's this karmic ebb and flow for you, and there's this almost what it feels like, this world card, um, this it's appropriate with this is your new year, but there is something that feels full circle about this, and it feels karmic. So there's this karmic uh, releasing, and then I feel strongly that it's like a karmic closing of something, and then this new opening. But whatever this is it feels like there's something very karmic that is being released. And there's something that there is this sort of this sense where there's some area of your life that it almost feels it could be financial, or especially we're looking at the Son of Pentacles, but and Pentacles, it's a slow moving energy. It's very earth energy, and I'm getting that whatever this is, it doesn't seem like really aggressive, but there is something that I feel again needs to be looked at. There's something sort of unseen that I feel you've been taking a passive approach to, and it really does feel like it could be financial, some sort of aspect that I feel like you're going to. It might behoove you to be a bit more hands-on with whatever this is, and it's something connected to your fiscal means, some sort of property or finances. But it's almost like a little something you have been more hands off with, that you've been avoiding more, and it could be a good thing for you to. It's almost like you're gonna need to sort of deal with that a bit more head on over the next few weeks, especially if it's not over the next few weeks. I feel like by the latter part of September, you're gonna have to deal with it. Yeah. So we have Justice card. So Justice, Libra's card. So this could be representing sort of that a Libra in your life, or if you have a rising or moon sign in Libra. But it's also sort of going back to this karmic, this yin yang, this finding this balancing act sense, and also in relation to whatever this is, whatever sort of investment is, financial commitment, or sort of it's something about something you own, some sort of a job or something, even an internship or whatever this is. It feels like the Justice card often represents some sort of contract or legal. And in relation to this, for me, it feels like it's about really looking over, especially when we're like looking over whatever sort of the structure of this financial arrangement, this work relationship, or this setup, this like work setup, or contract. It's just kind of looking at that again. So there is sort of this this message to maybe sort of take a look at something that you might need to look at a bit more closely. So we have the Two of Swords reversed, and then we have the Sun, and then right under the Sun is the Ace of Cups. Sorry, that's my twin sister calling me. Who's actually a Virgo rising, which is different from me. But so we have the Sun and then the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups, when I was shuffling, it popped up at the very beginning when I was just sort of meditating and shuffling. And so this is saying, you know, it looks like you have a really a good, and again, travel is coming back up, a really nice next couple of weeks. There is sort of this, it feels like it's almost this little hint of, for some of you, there's this new love potential, this new love fulfillment. And again, we sort of have this wish fulfillment card. So this could absolutely be connected. So definitely, for some of you, keep an eye out. But I also feel like this can also, there's just something about filling up your cup over the next couple of weeks. And I think that sounds beautiful, especially now we're heading into this change of seasons. So fill up your cup and keep your heart open to synchronicities and yes, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful next couple of weeks, and just enjoy, and I'll see you mid-September. So please like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate it, and I love you so much. All right, have a beautiful one.